Russia uses AI to spread disinformation about invasion on Ukraine. Social media platforms have been a weapon of propaganda for political parties and influential people. With the emergence of artificial intelligence, these propaganda efforts have excelled further. You can definitely expect that these technologies will be fully exploited when two countries are in a full-fledged war, and that's exactly what happened. In today's video, we are going to talk about how Russia uses AI to spread disinformation about the invasion of Ukraine. Hello tech nerds! Welcome back to AI Future Life, a versatile YouTube channel where we bring the latest updates on stock, science, finance, artificial intelligence, and many more important things. Before we proceed to our topic, subscribe to our channel and keep following us by clicking the bell icon. So without further delay, let's get straight into the subject. Russia has been at the forefront of misinformation generators that have spread throughout the world for more than a decade. Their major purpose is to destabilize countries and interfere in election processes in which they have a stake. Using technology to build artificial intelligence, on the other hand, is a whole new ballgame that no one anticipated. Russia, as it turns out, is already developing AI-generated avatars with complete biographies and a human face. NBC News writer Ben Collins published a thread about two particular people disseminating misinformation from Kiev. But not everything is as it seems. None of these profiles is recognized as a genuine person by any system. Deepfake videos are being used to disseminate disinformation about Ukraine in the middle of the Russia-Ukraine war. The rapid influx of such recordings has alarmed US authorities. Deepfakes have gotten so convincing in recent years that it's impossible to tell them apart from the real thing. Researchers found in a study quoted by AI News that humans can no longer discern between actual and AI-generated deepfake faces. According to a story in The Guardian, a Russia propaganda effort named Ukraine Today is allegedly employing fake profiles on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to spread false information about the conflict. Most social media feeds have been flooded with messages regarding the Russia-Ukraine conflict for the past week. While some of these posts come from legitimate news organizations, many of them are spreading inaccurate information that is passed off as reality in order to deceive. While many of these posts may contain some truth, the ghost of Kiev, for example, may have shot down many Russian MiGs. However, the narrative has yet to be verified, and the viral image is actually a pilot modeling a prototype helmet. When it comes to combat, misinformation isn't always bad, it's necessary. Misinformation has the potential to play a large part in this battle, given the level of contemporary technology and the geopolitical atmosphere. From the Trojan War through World War II, misinformation has been used in every conflict. Military plans and tactics, at their core, demand that commanders make judgments on the battlefield, because knowledge feeds these judgments. Misinformation can lead an opposing force to make incorrect choices. This approach was definitely used throughout the conflict when Russian troops pretended to be withdrawing combat soldiers from the border in the days leading up to the invasion. As part of their propaganda efforts, belligerent nations frequently exploit misinformation. Propaganda helps one country to undermine their opponent's resolve, which decreases the efficacy of the combat force and erodes home support. Meanwhile, propaganda may help boost a country's military and civilian population's morale. The Russian media claimed early in the fighting that the Ukraine troops had abandoned the battlefield, which was patently false. These accusations were made to weaken Ukrainian determination while instilling patriotism in Russians at home. Despite the fact that disinformation is prevalent in conflicts, the quantity of misinformation in this fight is far greater than normal. Furthermore, it appears that much of the disinformation is coming from third individuals who are not affiliated with either military or governments. Individuals all across the world are utilizing social media to disseminate a great deal of false information. Some of the disinformation is spread on purpose in order to benefit Russia or Ukraine. Ukraine in particular started the fight as the archetypal underdog, which drew widespread support. However, it is a steep slope for Ukraine to go from underdog to lost cause, and many will no longer feel it worthwhile to support. As a result, tweets touting how skillfully the Ukrainian military and people are resisting the Russians have inundated social media. Meanwhile, the Russians were regarded as a powerful military force when they entered the war. Despite the war's failures, many Russian fans are circulating footage of Russian military victories to keep the country's image of an invincible power alive. Supporters on both sides, for example, are releasing fake films of the Russian and Ukrainian air forces achieving victory. In a viral video, a Ukrainian jet fighter shoots down a Russian MiG fighter jet over a Ukrainian city. Meanwhile, another viral video showed a Russian MiG fighter evading a salvo of SAMs. Yeah, you can say that truth has become a mirage in this developed world. Individuals, on the other hand, are often unintentionally spreading false information. The fog of war produces a lot of ambiguity about what's going on the ground. Furthermore, Ukrainian soldiers are unlikely to be carrying cell phones in order to prevent having their whereabouts triangulated, as the Russians did in 2014. Even if they have cell phones, both military leaders are likely to prohibit their troops from using social media. As a result, there is little news from the front lines. People turn to online sources for imagery for memes and articles because there aren't any photographs from the fighting. They select historical photos, misunderstand them as being from the present conflict, and use them in their posts to support their claims. A popular video depicting a Ukrainian girl facing a Russian soldier, for example, was really a 2012 video depicting a Palestinian girl confronting an Israeli soldier. Misinformation may spread quickly and reach a large worldwide audience because of the nature of social media. In just a few hours, a trending post may reach millions of people and affect public opinion. Political action, such as sanctions, financial assistance, humanitarian help, and military aid, is driven by public opinion. As a result, the spread of disinformation has the potential to have a significant influence on the outcome of the Russia-Ukraine conflict, as well as future conflicts. Let's have a look at another example. Vladimir Bondarenko is a Kiev-based blogger who despises the Ukrainian government. When you realize how lifelike his photo is, watching his artificially manufactured face is just terrifying. However, he does have several unique weaknesses that are easy to notice. Vladimir has an entire background on the Ukraine Today website, as if he were a genuine person. He wanted to be an aviation engineer, but as Ukraine's aviation infrastructure crumbled, he was compelled to become a blogger. This man has odd ears in the photo, which is a dead giveaway that his face isn't real. Also, meet Vladimir's co-worker from Kharkiv, Irina Kerimova. She used to be a private guitar instructor, but she finally rose through the ranks to become the head editor of a Russian propaganda website. Her earrings also have a strange mismatch. Undoubtedly, it is an AI-generated face. Those two personas are part of Russia's new propaganda effort, according to Facebook, which was discovered by the State Department in 2020. Twitter and Facebook are aggressively monitoring and responding to misinformation actors linked to the Ukrainian crisis. Facebook has taken down 40 profiles, groups, and pages on Facebook and Instagram linked to persons in Russia, the Donbas area of Ukraine, and 2 media organizations in Crimea, according to a recent coordinated inauthentic behavior report. Meta has also revealed a hacker organization, Ghostwriter, which has been linked to previous breaches in Ukraine. Ghostwriter usually sends emails to people that uses that information to obtain access to their social media accounts that spread false contents that appear to be genuine. Ghostwriter is said to be linked to a Belarusian hacker organization. Mandiant Threat Intelligence published a public report in April 2021 detailing the ongoing Ghostwriter cyber-enabled influence effort related to Belarusian APT group UNC 1151. According to a threat intelligence firm, FireEye, APT Group UNC 1151 is a suspected state-sponsored cyber espionage actor that executes at least some components of Ghostwriter activities and participates in credential harvesting and malware operations. Meta was tasked with identifying hazards to Ukraine during Russia's invasion of Ukraine. This effort was aimed at Ukrainians who shared articles that supported Russia's narrative in order to alter Ukrainian opinions. Of course, when the world is going through such a crisis, propaganda and false information will be used as a veil on the eyes of the netizens as well as the world governments. It is evident that truth will be morphed and lies will be presented to us. At this time, we should not believe everything on the internet. Before believing everything, just think about this video. You'll be safe from this propaganda. With that being said, we have come to our end. Hope you liked this video. If yes, then give it a like and share it with your friends. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, don't go without hitting the subscribe button. We'll see you in the next video. Until then, peace.